Welcome back. We're continuing on today with our 2025 season previews for the drivers that are full-time with High Limit Racing next season. And today we are stopping on Aaron Reutzel's number 87 car, a new addition to the series. He will not be a Rookie of the Year contender due to his former status as a full-time driver with the Outlaws. But Reutzel, nonetheless, is going to be a guy that is right in the mix a lot this year, a lot more than I think people are realizing. Aaron Reutzel, at the time of this recording, is 34 years old. He is from Clute, Texas, now living in Knoxville, Iowa. He drives a Triple X chassis for Ridge and Sun Racing, which is the same team that Corey Eliason drove for last year. If you are not familiar, if you didn't know, Eliason does not drive for the team anymore. And so they put Reutzel on the High Limit Tour in place of Eliason, who now drives the 2KS car based out of the Midwest. The crew chief on the car is Aaron Reutzel. He does not have his own designated crew chief, and that's been that way for the last couple of years. And obviously, he's been very, very successful. And so, but going to have to be doing it at a higher level this year. The car chief is Anthony Dittmer, and the tire specialist on the car is Brogan Fiala. So at least he's got a full team. He's got one more guy, Bartman. He told me that he is the resident beverage expert, I was told. So he's got at least three guys there to help him out for every race, which more hands can only help out when things are getting crazy in a busy portion of the schedule or whatever. So it's good to have that many crew guys. Now, on the portion here with the 2025 schedule, Aaron Reutzel, out of all the drivers, you think of Brad Sweet, Rico and Tyler, whatever, he has won at the most tracks that are on the High Limit Racing schedule this year out of any other high roller this year, including those guys, Sweet, Aber, and Courtney. 16 tracks Aaron Reutzel has won at in his career that are on the schedule this year. Eldora, Texas, Port Royal, Lake Ozark, Lakeside, Lucas Oil, Vado, Tulare, Fremont, Grandview, Lernerville, Skagit, 81, Paris, Utica, Rome, Ransomville. He has won at all of those places. Tracks that he's going to for the very first time this year, including Arizona, Kern Raceway, Butler Motor Speedway, Dodge City, Douglas County, 141, Red Cedar, Florence, and Path Valley. So 9 tracks in red there, but 16 in green. And what is interesting with the 16 in green is the vast footprint that he has won at, right? California, Washington, Ohio, Texas, PA, New York. Am I missing any right there? Western PA, Missouri. I mean, New Mexico with Vado, right? He's won all over the entire country. And I think that that is something that people forget. I mean, he's got wins at Fremont, right, when he was with the All-Stars, so he can win on slick tracks. He can win on big tracks, small tracks. When you name it, man, this guy drives his ass off every single lap that he's out there on the racetrack. And he's somebody that I think is going to win quite a few races this year and is very underrated as of right now. SprintCarRatings.com has him as the 18th best driver in 2024. That number probably would have been higher. He did have 18 wins total last year, but 11 of them came with the 360 under the hood, and Sprint Car Ratings does not put that into their formula. If you win 360 races, they don't really care. They are looking at the 410 stuff only, which Reutzel was able to win 7 times last year, and that's what I've got there under his best 2024 stat. Those 18 wins, along with he was one of what I think less than 7, I don't know the exact number right now, but less than 7 or 5 drivers that won both an Outlaw show and a High Limit show. Guys that are coming off the top of my head here, Rico, Brad, Tyler Courtney, McFadden. So there's 4 right there. Gravel 1. Maybe I'm missing, like Gio, did he get 2, I think, right? I'm not sure, but there was not many guys that were able to win both an Outlaw show and a High Limit show last year. Aaron Reutzel was one of those guys, and so that is obviously a very, very impressive thing. Now, down here in the blue writing, we've got his 410 stats from last year. 59 total 410 shows last year for him, including running for the Knoxville Raceway Points Championship. He had 7 wins in those 59 starts, 28 top 5s, 34 top 10s, 155 laps led in those 7 wins, minus 32 for the plus minus, a starting average of 8.7 in the features, and a finishing average of 9.3 in those main events as well. So pretty good numbers across the board right there for Aaron Reutzel. You might think, well, minus 32, that's not very good. Well, my thinking with that is, if Reutzel's not running for points at a track like with Power Eye or something, right? If he goes to Power Eye at Lake Ozark, and let's say he's running third and he blows a tire with 5 laps to go, is he going to go to the work area and rush to fix it and come back out and run 19th? Probably not. He's probably going to pack it in and call it a night. I think that maybe those type of things happened a few times last year. At Knoxville, obviously, he's trying to get back out there and run for the points, but these random races in the Midwest, he's not going to be putting in a super huge effort if there's a couple laps to go and he has some kind of mechanical failure. So I think that minus 32 is maybe a product of that, right? So then down here, we've got the strengths. We'll start out with that right now. The first thing I've got on there is he is just fast everywhere. That is the easiest thing you could put on the board for him. Looking at the green right there, I mean, that is something that cannot be stated enough, that he is fast everywhere in the country, no matter the track size, no matter the track grip, no matter the banking, all that stuff. He's won it, he's done it, and he's one of the best in the country, in my opinion. Also, he runs 110% every single lap, no matter if he's running 18th or 5th or leading the race. I think that he's a guy that is driving it to the absolute limit every single lap, and he's an intimidating guy to race against, I think, for the competitors, man. They know that if you're going to try and pass Aaron Reutzel, he's not going to lay over and let you go by. I mean, you're going to have to work on him for laps and laps and laps to make that pass happen. And he's an aggressive guy too, which I think is definitely a strength in today's landscape of sprint car racing. You have to be aggressive with these guys, and Aaron Reutzel does not lack aggression. We can tell you that right now. He's tasted a lot of success. I mean, so he's been in situations where he's won championships. He's led races, he's led laps at the Knoxville Nationals, right? So he's done a lot of really good things in his career. So when he's up front at Skagit Speedway for the 100,000 to win race, he's not going to be, nervous and worried about it, right? So I think that is something that can help him out as well. And he has shown a lot of consistency in his career. You don't win 2 All-Star championships, by wrecking every race, right? He's running up front all the time. When he's running for points, he knows that, I got to take this 14th place car and run 9th place, right? So that's good. When he was on the Outlaw Tour, he was very good as well. Before everything happened, he had 57 starts and like 36 top 10s or something, right? So he is very, very consistent, and he knows how to do that very well. Improving things that he needs to do, I don't know if there's really much that Aaron Reutzel needs to improve on, but what I will say is he does need to remember and flip that switch, or whatever you want to say, to getting back to racing at the highest level. The last couple of years, he hasn't had to race weekly at the highest level. He's running Knoxville, and no knock on Knoxville, but they've got 4 or 5 guys a week that can win. With High Limit, there's going to be at least 10. And even when there's guys that aren't full-time with the series that come in and race, right, like Macri or whatever, he's going to have to flip that switch to racing at the highest level every single race for the rest of the season, which is going to be something different than he's had to do for the last couple of years. And also getting back to that points racing mindset. We mentioned it a moment ago with that minus 32. If he blows a tire with 5 laps to go and he's running top 5, right, this year he's not going to be just taking it back to the trailer, right? He's going to get it back out there and try and race his way back up through the field and get as many spots as he can because obviously you're running for points and you cannot just quit, right? So I think that's something he's got to get back to, both of those things, which I think he will. It's just going to be a little bit different from what he's been doing for the last 3 years. The prediction that I have for him, 4th to 5th in points, I think it's going to be a battle between him and Brent Marks, and then Justin Peck could be in there as well, kind of splitting those guys up. But I think 4th to 5th in points easily for Aaron Reutzel, and 4 to 6 wins, that is on the low end. No doubt in my mind he will guaranteed 2 wins, but I'm going to go a little bit lower, 4 to 6. Would not be shocked at all if he got more than that. That would be a very, very good year for Reutzel. He will secure a charter spot, no problem for this team. Eliason was 10th in points last year, meaning that Reutzel really just needs to run like 12th in points, and he's going to get one of those charter spots. And I do think he is going to be in the mix a lot next year for big races, for regular races that, 12,000 win shows. He's going to be in the mix a lot in the top 5. And people are sleeping on this guy, man. There has not been that much chatter. I think it's a huge deal for him to join the series. Obviously, losing McFadden was a huge blow to the series, a huge loss as far as the personality goes and the on-track product with him. But I think it's people don't like Aaron Reutzel because of things he's done in the past, right? He's more of a villain type of driver. But I think when you compare him on the racetrack, right, being able to contend for wins and being fast, I think him and McFadden are very close and very similar. They're both aggressive drivers. They both win races. So I think that Reutzel is a replacement for McFadden, and he's going to be a really, really good addition to the series. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you think Aaron Reutzel and this team will do this year? Do you think they get 5 wins, 0 wins? Where do they run at in points? I want to hear your thoughts and more down below. Also, make sure to hit subscribe, hit the like button, and all of you guys enjoy your weekend out there. We'll be back here on Monday to do another season preview for Highland Racing and another driver. If you'd like to make a suggestion in the comments of who we do next, let me know, and we can make that happen. So thank you all so much for watching. We'll talk to you again soon.